Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hemashailaabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Premapurnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahite Ratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shokamoha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a warm welcome. We are seeing the beautiful description of where Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji has to reside, very beautifully explained by the great Maharishi Valmiki ji. We are also seeing how a desire comes in one's mind and how the desires of the worldly things and beings can be elevated to desire for Bhagavan, whereby all the whims and fancies of the world gets dropped. And where we saw the first house where Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji has to reside, That is the heart of every bhakta, every devotee is going in through the ear. Through what? Ramakatha, etc. Then by seeing the forms of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji and the Parivara, of course. And then the third one was speech. Right? So this yesterday we saw. Lochana Chataka Jinakari Rakhe. And then we also very beautifully referred to the Madhura Ashtakam of Shri Krishna. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram. Every part of Bhagavan is being described and it is exclaimed so beautifully that even a devotee starts thinking in those lines and he also enjoys. And once he enjoys every part of Bhagavan, Darshan do Ghanishyam Nath More. Hey Ghanishyama, hey Natha, More darshan do, please give me darshan. Thereby his eyes, darshana lalasaha, says Bhagavatam. Krishna darshana lalasaha, who? The gopikas. And we find here in Ramayan, Tulsi says, there are so many millions of devotees who want to have your darshan. Hey Rama, through those eyes, go and stay in their heart. Through their, walk, through their chantings, through their bhajans, they are seeking you, O Rama. Go and stay in their heart through the walk. Shravanendriya, and then Chakshurendriya, and now Vagendriya. All this we saw. Now, before we continue, very important point. This bhakti, as many people have misunderstood, is not a part-time job. Very many of us have got this feeling. Please be very attentive. Early morning we get up, and then after the morning chores, you take bath, everything, come and then, apply vibhuti, if at all we apply. Those days are gone. These days are all fashion-oriented people. They don't even put one kumkum. Those days, first gandha, then kumkum, then vibhuti, were all traditional ways. Today, one sticker, full stop. Isn't it? Women folk. And men and all, what is there in that? Nothing. So, they just come. And in the morning when they come, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, like that, one namaskaram, over. Their bhakti is over then and there. If at all there are some houses where the men or the women perform puja every day, that even during those puja also whether mind is there with Bhagavan? No. While coming and sitting for the puja, maybe by the force of thought we may say that there is some Bhagavan bhakti, etc., etc. They do perform the puja. We will not underestimate their devotion, but at the same time, we cannot claim it to be the highest devotion at all. Why? Because it is time-oriented. Every day I have to do this puja. Why? My mother has told me. My father has told me. I have to do the puja. Therefore, as a karma, as a ritual only, it is a ritual by itself. Then we do it ritually, meaning what? There is no heart in our puja. And because of that, we rush the puja so that I can finish and get out. Third, many people I have seen, please forgive me, I have to mention this in a very beautiful portion where I can, express whatever are happening. In case if it is so, please change. They chant Rudram in 7 minutes. They chant Vishnu Sahasranama in 7 minutes. Even Vishnu will be wondering whether it is Vishnu Sahasranama or Shiva Sahasranama or Lalita Sahasranama. Even he will not be able to identify that fast. Even chanting that way, you think your mind is in Vishnu Bhagavan. It is also chanting. In the kitchen people chant. At least I am chanting, Swamiji. Think. Is this what we call as puja? I am not condemning anybody for that matter. I am only trying to express how we have taken puja as a daily routine. Routines we do most of the time while we are doing our routines. Our mind is not in what we are doing. Very simple example is brushing our teeth. Do we keep our mind there while brushing our teeth? We keep thinking something, bang, bang, and go and then take bath and come. Everything that is a routine has no, presence of our mind, our buddhi in it. Puja also has become like that. Chanting has also become like that. Even when you go to temples, ashrams, and there one puja is being conducted, you have to chant. You may keep the book, you may look at the Lord, you may look at others, but where is the mind? And very many people have got this audacity to say, never mind, Gumpalli Govinda. In Kannada we say Gumpalli Govinda. Think. And even in the chanting, Oyyo Rama, I have seen in some temples. Who chants louder? Who has to start the chanting? What an ahankara! I will chant chanting. I will only have to start chanting. And even before the previous stotram is completed, this person is getting ready, not chanting the last line, this person will start the next stotra. Why? I should start. Think. How mechanical. Please note, Bhagavan will only see your heart, not the noise made out of the mouth. Now that is why Valmiki ji says to Rama, please go and sit in their heart so that let them chant through the heart, with the heart in it. Think. Therefore, let us remember this. When we speak, we should remind ourselves as how Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji spoke. Satyam vada. You have to speak truth. And then hitam chavada. It should bring hita. It should bring joy to the other. It should not bring pain to the other. Therefore, vak is something very important. It can hurt the feelings of many people. But when Ramchandra ji is kept in the heart all the time, then the speech will be soft and sweet, as how Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji would speak. Think. Therefore, go and sit down. While we think also, we should see how Ramchandra ji thought. When we have love for the others, remember, it is Ramchandra ji who is in the form of others actually. And even if you identify them as individuals, think that Rama is in them. Very much present in them. Just as he is present in me, he is present in everybody. Therefore, our vak chaturyam should be always enjoined with the love for Bhagavan, who is there everywhere. Right? Then Tulsi Das ji continues very beautifully in the 129th Chaupai. We will read. Prabhu prasad suchi subhaga subasa sadar jasu lahai nitanasa तुमहि निवेदित भोजन करहि प्रभु प्रसाद पट भूषण धरहि सीसन वहि सुर गुरु द्विज देखी प्रीति सहित करि विनय विशेषी करनित करहि राम पद पूजा राम भरोस हृदय नहीं दूजा चरण राम तीरथ चली जाही, राम बसहु तिनके मन माही। मंत्र राजुनित जपहि तुम्हारा, पूजहि तुमहि सहित परिवारा। तरपन होम करहि विधि नाना, बेप्रजेवाई देहि बहुदाना। तुम ते अधिक गुरहि जिय जानी, सकल भाय सेवहि सनमानी। सबु करि मागहि एक फलु, राम चरण रति होऊ। तिनके मन मंदिर बसहु, सिय रघुनंदन दोऊ। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Another very beautiful chaupai, very powerful in its nature. प्रभु प्रसाद सुचि सुभग सुबासा, सादर जासु लहै नितनासा। He finished on the ear, eye and tongue. Now he takes up nose, the fourth one among the Pancha Jnanendriyas. Now, smelling is something which happens normally. The fragrance that comes out, you also have to see that there are a lot of smoke coming up, which we inhale. Basically, the issue here is the inhaling through the nose. There are so many people who, smoke cigarettes. And here, in fact, very interestingly, I would like to add in the villages here, farmland. After a particular crop, when they, harvest the crop, then we have what is called as stubble burning, which is a big issue in the north today. The Punjab's stubble burning is affecting our capital city, Delhi, and it is so much of an issue. People have to wear mask all the time, and so many people fell ill because of that. Stubble burning. Of course, here we don't have that kind of issue, but then stubble burning also smoke, and that smoke brings a kind of fragrance. Fragrance, whatever. And the next example is very interesting. You all will like it. Perfumes. Some people spray, some people, they do something here. I've seen in these TV serials and all, they apply something here which brings fragrance. Perfume. All right. And very interestingly, these perfumes, they also have, I am told, I don't use. I am told by our people, devotees. You think devotees, when they come here, they will talk about Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Napar. No, nothing like that. All those are all, may it be so. When they come, they talk of worldly things only. And I am told that perfumes names, jealous, envy, passion, etc., etc. My God. And people fall prey for these fanciful stuff because their nose must inhale good fragrance. This is one aspect of it. Now in the sacred world we will find during the puja so many beautiful things, which we inhale. Dhoop, agarbatti. We have this famous, very most popular cycle brand agarbatti. Very, very beautiful fragrance. Dhupa, isn't it? And when that particular agarbatti is, lit, the whole area is so beautiful, so fragrant. Right? That we inhale. Now, and there is Tulsi mala for Bhagavan. Fresh Tulsi we take from the garden. And then we, people tie that and then put a mala. Vanamala, it is called. Tulsi mala. That also brings so much of fragrance. And by that, the Granendriya, fourth house, through that, the mind again goes towards Bhagavan. That is the purpose. All these externalities the purpose of them is to drive the mind towards Bhagavan. Right? We should not forget that basic thing. And Valmiki ji says, Hey Rama, those mind, those heart, which seek you through the inhalation of such sacred products and wants to enjoy that beautiful fragrance, and at the same time, through that, turn their mind towards you, Bhagavan. Please stay. Where do you have to go? Again, through that, go to their heart and stay. Now, we must also know one thing. Bhaktas who only listen, bhaktas who only see, bhaktas who only smell. No. Bhakta is one and the same. But yena kena prakarena manah krishne niveshayet. Here we will say manorami niveshayet. Right? Whichever way you want, through whichever jnanendriya, my mind, my heart should be with Rama. That is the purpose. Therefore, don't forget that. However, for a distracted mind, a mind which is extrovert, a mind which runs behind the things and beings of the world, whims and fancies of the world, for such a mind, another alambana is required through which the mind can be diverted towards Bhagavan. And that alambana are these, flowers, beautiful flowers. Bhagavan has blessed Sadhana Mandira with so many varieties of flowers in our garden. And they have lot of beautiful fragrance. So fragrance coming out of flowers, fragrance coming out of agarbatti, fragrance coming out of dhoop. In fact, we will go to the next, we will go very soon. Fragrance coming out of the naivedya, what you have prepared and kept. Though, with due respects, when the naivedya comes, we'll see what is there for naivedya. Oh, very nice, very nice. Because our, interestingly, nothing wrong in bringing that thought here, our celebrations in our Sanatana Dharma, Krishnashtami, Ramanavami, so many others, Mahashivaratri. Mahashivaratri, many people fast, but then end up in feast only later. Right? And everything is what? Kitchen-oriented celebrations, kitchen-oriented functions. Think. Those should divert my mind towards Rama. It should not get diverted from Rama towards kitchen, etc. through the fragrance. So, fragrance also must lead our mind towards Bhagavan and make Bhagavan stay in our heart. That is the purpose of everything. Right? Therefore, Granendriya must be activated with all these sacred things, but for the purpose of directing our mind towards the Lord and enjoying that love towards the Lord. This is very important. Tumahi nibedita bhojana karahi. He says, whoever eats, see, there is nothing wrong in eating. Hmm? But when we offer it to Bhagavan and then eat, then it becomes prasada. Now, this is a very, very important point. Please be attentive. I am again and again saying attentive because these are all very commonly happening in our day to day life in our house. Whenever eatables are prepared at home, there is always this, thought in the mind of everybody that that particular eatable, that item which is being prepared has to be in this fashion. It must have this much salt or sweet, this much khara it must have. It must have this kind of fragrance. Our indriyas, my God, so sensitive, and people are terrible. Even vessels which we keep also should be with like that, etc. So limited we are. Think. Yes, we have kept separate vessels for Bhagavan. We have to serve in that so that it is clean and neat. That is acceptable. People are so fixed. Right? When it comes to Bhagavan, it's a different thing. But when we eat after this one, again we start complaining. There is less salt or more salt. There is extra kara. I think pepper should not have been. Tongue. 1.5 inch boneless tongue. How much it wants? Think. I go to a bakery to buy one loaf of bread. Example. Then when I see that benne biscuit, and that also varieties, there are regular benne biscuit, there are ragi biscuits, then there are coconut cookies, then there are salt biscuits, varieties, lot of cookies or varieties. Then I see buns, regular bun, sweet bun, cream bun. I'm sure your mouth must be watering, isn't it? Think. The moment my mind goes towards all those stuffs and remember the previous experience, taste, etc., that taste gets registered in our mind, and with that reference, I claim salt is more, salt is less, khara is more, khara is less. Oh my God. The amount of demands we have for eating. And let me tell you one thing. Whatever varieties, one go to one marriage, 23 varieties of dishes are being spread on a plate or a leaf, banana leaf or whatever it is. 23 varieties, so many items, isn't it? And then you go, oh, fantastic. Did you eat that? Eat. I just now tasted. Yum. Think. And when we go there, when we sit, that moment itself, why only wedding? Even in temples and ashrams, earlier I know, so many varieties, so many tasteful items are being spread. Bhagavan is forgotten, sitting in the temple, sitting in the ashram, while we are eating. Bhagavan is completely forgotten. Why? Oh, this chutney, it is very nice, but without all this dal and all, if you prepare white chutney for idli, it will be very tasty. Masala dosa, oh my God, this type of chutney should be given. And palya, beans and carrot palya, aloo, onion palya, so many things. And then salad, even salad. Hey, in that salad, there was, what is it? Corn. Wow, where is Bhagavan? Think. What is the purpose here? Every food, whether is it in ashram or in temple or in marriage halls or on the streets or in the hotel, wherever, when I have offered the food to Bhagavan, there are very many people have got this habit. When they start eating a food, the first morsel, Krishna, Rama, their Ishtadevata. They take it to the ears and then eat. The moment they take it to the ears and then eat, that food becomes Bhagavat Prasada. Please be attentive. Once it is made into Bhagavat Prasada, you have no right to complain. My favorite shloka in Sadhana Panchakam. Kshudvyadhischa chikitsyata pratidinam bhikshaushadham bhujyatam swadvannam natuyacyatam vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. Think. Kshudvyadhischa chikitsatam. You have to treat the disease called hunger. That is why we eat. Isn't it? Kshudvyadhischa. Kshud is also a vyadhi. It is a disease. Why disease? Because hunger brings dis-ease in our stomach. Therefore, it is a disease. Anything that brings disease in our body, in our mind, in our intellect is a disease. It has to be treated. Let us say, I have a pain in my body. Why? Maybe I have walked a lot of extra walking I have done, let us say. My legs are paining. Or there is some headache. Though non-functional generally, I have a headache, let us say. Then what do? I pick up a general tablet. I will pick up one Saridone, one Imol plus. Now these days it is Imol plus, and there may be some other Flexon, etc., etc. So many. So I take one tablet, and after food I consume one tablet, take water, and then it goes inside. And what is the purpose of that tablet? To remove the suffering. What is that? When you go, they even write Imol plus. In the prescription, let us say a doctor prescribes TAB, one R and a dash, TAB, Imol plus 3 days, 0 dash 0 dash 1. For 3 days, let us say, or 5 days, let us say. Course. 0 means don't take in the morning. 0, don't take in the afternoon. 1, take one tablet at night. Treatment. Please understand. Treatment. When the doctor has prescribed this particular dosage and the number of days, I go to the medical store and I say, please give this tablet. So doctor says, okay, 5 days, let us say it is written, one tablet per day. So he gives 5 tablets. Now you bring the tablet and come home. When you come home, you start thinking. Unnecessary use of irrational intelligence. What is it? For my problem to get cleared, I have to take this many tablets. Why should I take for 5 days? Let me consume all of them once and for all. It will go immediately, and then if I take, I will have to go back to the doctor again. Or nearest hospital in the shortest period of time. Think. A treatment is given so that it responds to the problem and then eliminates the problem. Vyadhischa chikitsatam. Treat the disease of kshud. What is that? Hunger. Our condition. Think. Our condition is terrible. I get from 20 sources, 40 varieties of things, store them and go on eating, especially cricket match. Now cricket season, isn't it? Champions Trophy. I sit down in front of my TV and there they are struggling to win the match. I am enjoying eating. Go on eating irrationally, indiscriminately, no discipline at all. Therefore, what happens is all kinds of roga will come to the body. Now see, when tumahi nibedita bhojana, when I offer it to the Lord and take it as a prasada. Prasada should not be 2 kgs of jalebi from Mahalakshmi Sweets, honey jalebi, and then go on eating. No, prasada, I did naivedyam to God, so I am eating only prasada, 2 kg honey jalebi. Arey, think. Discrimination is very... You know what? This is also a quality of a bhakta. This much and not further. Tumahi nivedita bhojana, and like a treatment, take what is required, not beyond. And that, when that becomes prasada, prasada cannot be, you cannot have complaints on prasada. This is why we ask for prasada buddhi. What is prasada buddhi? All that which comes is a prasada from Bhagavan. Therefore, accept it as it is. Swadhvanam natu yachyatam, when Shankara says, it is not only in the eating part alone, it also has for the eyes, for the ears, for the tongue, even speech. In fact, we will come to that. Think. Everything. That is why it is called as one must have self-control. And what is self-control? Our Acharya Swami Chidanandaji used to very beautifully say, moderation in everything, including moderation. That is self-control. Self-control does not mean self-denial. Please be very attentive again and again. I have told this earlier also. Self-control does not mean self-denial. It is self-restraint. And when it is added with bhakti, when it is offered at the feet of Bhagavan, it becomes prasada. Vidhivashat praptena santushyatam. Whatever comes, santushyatam. Be contented. And accept it as a prasada. When you go to the temple, I remember in Dhanurmasa, we were in a place in Bengaluru, in an area called Alsuru, very popular area. And there is this more than maybe 1,000-year-old temple, Someshwara temple. There, during this Dhanurmasa, early morning 6 o'clock, you will get Ven Pongal Prasadam. Khara Pongal. Ven Pongal. We had a door near our house. We were just staying close to the temple, just behind. And there is a main Raja Gopura area. So people who come to the temple and then they have to go out from this small door, wicket gate we used to call. They used to go out. And there that prasadam used to be kept, would be served to people. We will not go there and all, directly from here, and all those people are known people, went Pongal. There, Pongal, oh what taste, how tasty, wow. We would go with patram, not even donne. Donne means that small cup kind of a thing they give, made out of dry leaf, is it? Or even wet leaf, plantain leaf. We go with patram, Pongal, and then eat. But the point here is, when it is prasadam, you cannot complain. Everything in this world is a prasada from the Lord. Whatever, things and beings, everything is a prasadam from the Lord. Therefore, we cannot entertain complaints. Though it is said, food offered to the Lord, when it becomes prasada, it is Bhagavan's prasada. You cannot complain. Think. Through that, I only develop that bhavana, that bhakti towards Bhagavan. And now see, Valmiki ji says, Hey Rama, tumahi nivedita bhojana karahi. Those people who take everything as prasada from you, offered at your feet, And such wonderful heart which offers at your feet whatever they are preparing to eat, make it as a prasada, and you stay in their heart. More and more you stay in the heart, so that their bhakti will improve upon, increase upon, so that the duration of the thought of the Lord is extended through every aspect: ears, eyes, nose, tongue. Think. Prabhu Prasad Pata Bhushana Dharahi. The fifth one, skin. Touch. Is it not? All that Pata, Vastra, Bhushana, ornaments. Whatever is seen, whatever they wear, let them wear it with an attitude of surrender at your feet. Let that also become prasada. Now, I remember my mother, whenever we used to get a new dress, they only purchase and bring. But what would she do? She would take that new dress, keep it at the feet of the Lord, and in the collar behind, because we will shout otherwise, all kumkum and all. So with so much of love, she would take kumkum, and in the collar, we used to have the shirt. So behind the collar, she would keep kumkum, and she will put a little bit of akshata on that, and then she would pray. And then she would take and give it to us. What does it become? Prasada. Even vastra can become prasada. Look at Prabhu Prasada Pata Bhushana Dharahi. Wear the clothes, wear all the ornaments, not for the sake of, showing up our ahankara or pleasing other people. Showing off. I have got this necklace, that diamond necklace. Oh, this silk saree, I went there and got. From what? From, what is that place? Now, in Mysore, we have in Mysore. Mysore silk saree. Wonderful. Very light. So beautiful silk saree. I went to Mysore and I bought it for me. Are Baba. Everything, when we have the attitude of prasada, then everything becomes a beautiful reminder for our mind that it is Prabhu Prasada. Think. This Adambara, I would call it as Adambara. Anyway, even if you call it as normal, take it as normal, but let it be Prabhu Prasada. And Rama, when you go to a wedding, when you go to some function, how we deck up ourselves, isn't it? Beautiful vastra, beautifully pressed. Jewels, chain, anklet, bracelet, so many things we wear. Then what they call it, Odhyanam, I don't know, in Tamil we call Odhyanam, all that you wear. Beautiful bangles, golden bangles. Jhumka. And some people have, this is also hanging, here also one hanging to the top. And in some people's ears, my God, wonderful. 5 holes they make in their body to show off that they have got this many ornaments. Think. To wear, for what? For the functions. Marriage function, Upanayana function, whatever. But the point here is, when they go to temple, they go with the old torn dhoti and one t-shirt that is also terribly faded t-shirt and Bermuda, temple, shorts, and one terrible chappal they wear and go. Luckily they keep it outside in our dharma. And women, sannyasi should not speak, but then I have to speak because I want you to understand. They come with nighties to what? Temple. Think. This is why it is said, Prabhu Prasada Pata Bhushana Dharahi. When you go to the temple, go beautifully so that Bhagavan will be so happy. Not to show off to the others, but to go to Bhagavan and say, Bhagavan, I have come to see you. And then when you go beautifully, Bhagavan also will be happier. Come on. Think. Pata Bhushana Prabhu Prasada. There we go like a bhikari to the temple in front of the Bhagavan and go to show off to the world that I have this, I have that, I have car, big car, sedan, SUV. Hi Ram. You can include everything into this Pata Bhushana. Think. Prabhu Prasada. It is a prasada from the Lord. When you go with that attitude, everything will become beautiful. And when it is prasada from the Lord, your mind also will not complain. Your mind also will not have negative thinking. Your mind will be filled with bhavana and positive thoughts. Which in positive thoughts also brings good health. This is very important. Ask any doctor, they will tell you. Be cheerful. Be happy. Don't keep complaining. Don't keep picking. Don't keep finding fault. You will lose your health only. Nothing is going to change in the world, please. Because I complain, because I do anything, you think the world will change? So many people complain about me. Have I changed? Think. It only brings disturbance in the mind. It only distributes disturbance to others. And thereby the whole atmosphere becomes so horrible. Instead, I have made up my mind to consider everything as his prasada. Think. Then everywhere Bhagavan's prasadam is there. People also are his prasadam only. Then I will become so happy. I will remain happy. Seesana vahi sura guru dvija dekhi priti sahita kari binaya biseshi. Now, Valmiki ji takes up the head. What is that head? The head, Sisa Navahi, that head which bows down. To whom? Sura, gods. Guru, preceptor, teacher. Dvija, Brahmana. Sisa Navahi, Sura Guru Dvija Dekhi, Priti Sahita Kari Binaya Biseshi. When those people come and offer the namaskarams with Priti Sahita, with love, with an attitude of submissiveness, when I surrender, anyatha sharanam nasti, tvameva sharanam mama, tasmat karunya bhavena raksha raksha Ramachandra. Anyatha sharanam nasti. When we go to some houses and all, people come and then there are some children also in the house. The father or the mother or the grandparent, they say, hey, Swamiji has come here, go and do namaskaram to Swamiji. The child will not do. Generally. The child is very selective. Many times the children are selective. Unless they are brought up like that from the younger age. Younger age, they don't understand. They just, imitate. They just copy parents. But later when the child start thinking, then why should I do namaskara to him? I will not do. Then the mother will say, do namaskara. And the father will do namaskara. The child will turn on the other side. And we, one object there, sitting there and waiting. Will the child come? Will the child do namaskara to him? Hare Baba. We tell the mother, chodo na, what is that? Pitti bidi. No, Swamiji, the child has to understand. He should know our culture. Only when I am going there. Think. So, bhavana of, there is an elderly person, there is a Swamiji, there is somebody good. And in the presence of Swamiji, I have to behave well. Therefore, with bhavana, with bhakti, with devotion, with attitude of surrender, along with priti sahita, with love, when I go and offer the namaskaram, my heart is also happy. Their heart is also happy. Because the hearts are happy, the elders will bless you. Hey Rama, those who surrender at your feet, Preeti Sahita, Kari Vinaya Viseshi, with humility, with attitude of submissiveness, when they surrender lovingly, please be in their heart. Go and stay there. How many places are there? How many ways are there for Bhagavan to stay in our heart? But our heart is filled with unnecessary, unwanted things, and we are busy with our indriyas and our organs. Think. काम करते रहो, नाम जपते रहो, याद आएगी उनको कभी ना कभी. काम करते रहो, do your work. नाम जपते रहो with an attitude. The entire world is nothing but a prasada from Bhagavan for me to live happily. We will continue tomorrow. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय.